Wait a minute. So what you're telling me is Georgia's going to be going up against a backup quarterback. What could go wrong?
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's episode brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app today. Promo code Locked On. College $200 off. More on them in a little bit. He is Daniel. I am Clint. Together we are Locked On Bulldogs.
Yep.
By the way, every day is lockedonbulldogs.supercast.com. Get over there for ad-free episodes and much more access to Bulldogs. We're talking about three things today. We're talking about Trinidad Chambliss saying in front of God and everybody,
oh no,
I'm going to make the best decision on who I feel comfortable with, I trust, who sets me up for success the most, a.k.a. Ole Miss.
No.
He gone.
No.
He gone because I'll just ask you. We're going to get into it. We're going to
Yeah.
Point one, we're going to talk about the Trinidad Chambliss news. Point two, we're going to talk about what's real and fake from the fallout, and is it real and fake what he's talking about? Particularly because I don't know if you know this, Georgia fan, but there's a little game coming the first in which likely we will be talking about Ole Miss quite a bit more. Yeah. And then lastly, third segment, episode 199. Stay till the end because
you've been asking for it. A lot of you have been asking for it.
We're gonna give it to you.
And today we delivered.
So let's start there. Trinidad Chambliss gets out in the presser. Agent and himself speaking in front of everybody saying, hey, guess what? Yes, we are in conversations with each other, examining and evaluating where's the best place for me to go play. And by go play, he may be meaning and indicating it's not here because he does have incredible talent. He has a certain niche set of skills that clearly were on display all year long under the Lane Kiffin offense, not the Charlie Weiss Jr. offense. And much to be said about the fact that, Lane Kiffin no longer at Ole Miss. So, Daniel, with the buzz coming out and with the conversations as well as the press interviews leading up to the college football playoff, what do you make of Trinidad Chambliss's words that he's examining what's best next for him?
Now, again, it's a lot of leaps to say that means he's going to opt out for he's going to opt out of a postseason game or that he wouldn't finish out this season. I think nobody expects Trinidad Chambliss to stay at Ole Miss beyond this season. Nobody. Like, spoiler alert, Ole Miss fans and media personalities, nobody's staying at Ole Miss throughout, like, past this season. Nobody's coming to Ole Miss past this season because the scraggly looking homeless dude that you hired as your head coach ain't gonna get it done when it comes to attracting and bringing in quality talent to a place that has never been able to consistently retain quality talent. So nobody expected Trinidad Chambliss to stay past the season. Nope. The timing of and the lack of specificity of these words has caused people to start to ask the question, hang on now, wait, does he mean he's thinking about weighing his options after the bowl season is over or right now? Is he thinking about weighing his options? So let's start here.
Okay, let's start, shall we?
In the next segment, I'd like to answer the question, do you really think Trinidad Chambliss is going to opt out of the bowl season? Okay,
great.
But for now, for the sake of conversation, let's say that he did. How big of a deal is that for Ole Miss? If they're going Austin Simmons, who, as you may recall, started the season, he was a little bit shaky. He was, Clint, we were told a Heisman front runner at the beginning of the season.
The Heisman front runner for the SEC.
He did not look great in the action that he saw early in the season.
You're being too kind.
But he did suffer an ankle injury, and that did put him on the sidelines. And then Trinidad Chambliss just never gave up that job because, as you mentioned, he was good. How big of a deal is this? If Chambliss doesn't go in the postseason for Ole Miss?
Ole Miss, I don't think this is going to be problematic for you round one against Tulane. I think you might not be guaranteed to cover. I think the 17.5-point spread may come down a bit if Chambliss doesn't play. And
good thing some of us already got it at 17.5.
Oh no! Oh! Yeah. That all might be the case, but here's what I will say. Ole Miss, it's very problematic after that. And I would likely, our rankings yesterday, the reseeding.
Yep.
I have a bunch of revisions to that.
So I have a significant revision if Chambliss doesn't play.
You go from the 5th most dangerous team to maybe the 9th.
You dropping.
You drop hard. And the reason why, I'm not saying Austin Simmons is not capable. He clearly
He's talented and capable.
He was going to go into the season. He was the starter for Lane Kiffin. And okay, great. You are not the same as Trinidad Chambliss. They upgraded, and you were healthy. He was healthy, and you didn't get the job back. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
This is a Stetson Bennett. For us Georgia fans, it's Stetson Bennett coming in and being like, oh, JT Daniels who?
Yeah, that'd be like if Stetson Bennett opts out of the college football playoff instead of being the offensive MVP in both of the games of the college football playoff, all 4 that he played. If he opted out and we said, oh, we're going to go back to JT Daniels, but don't worry, JT Daniels was the starter heading into week 1, so everything should be good, right?
We're fine, right? We can run the same offense with the same.
Oh, no. They're different people.
No,
they're
so
very different.
I'll handicap it at minimum a touchdown. Your ceiling at minimum drops 7 points with Chambliss out. I think it's closer to 10 to 12 points your ceiling drops. Now, Ole Miss, just real quick question. How are you feeling about that defense? You feel like you got a lockdown defense over there? No, you don't. That's right. No. So you're telling me your average points per game are coming down double digits you feel good about that?
No. They hired the guy. They hired the coordinator.
Yeah.
Whose side of the ball finished 90th in the country.
But he's our guy. We wanted him all along.
Yeah, we never wanted Dan Lanning. Did you want Dan Lanning this time, Alabama, after Kalen DeBoer goes to Michigan? Will you want him this time? That will be the question we'll be asking.
No.
No. I think it's a fairly significant deal.
Yeah.
I'll get into more of the specifics of why in a moment, and we'll talk about whether or not we actually think that this is going to play out this way for Ole Miss, and how it will impact Georgia. But first, these.
And these are, in fact, Omaha Steaks. Daniel, gift getting season is here. Everybody's looking to figure out what can you go ahead and get people that's
for
simple
your
and delicious.
Favorite podcast host, what gift do you want to get them?
We literally smoke any meat, anytime, any place on the old back porch, and we'll take anything. Omaha Steaks delivers with world-class best steak experience straight to your door. It's USDA certified tender steaks, premium proteins, gourmet sides, and decadent desserts. Steaks are perfectly aged and insanely tender. It's a restaurant level at home. It's become one of our favorite last minute gifts because it feels thoughtful without requiring any stress. Save big on gourmet gifts and holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for an extra $35 off. Use promo code COLLEGE at checkout. Terms apply. See sites for details. That's omahasteaks.com. Promo code COLLEGE. But that's not all, Daniel. We also have our fine friends over at Georgia Access. Has your family or your needs changed lately? Georgia's got you covered. Georgia Access is our state's marketplace for Georgians to compare, apply, and enroll in health insurance plans that offer the best value for their individual needs. Open enrollment is happening now. Visit georgiaaccess.gov today. Georgia Access Health Insurance for Georgia by Georgia. We did talk about a little bit. It is a significant news. Ole Miss, you cannot tell me that you feel no feelings towards him going out. And I'm actually, after Daniel shares thoughts, I'm going to share thoughts with, I want the same energy that you gave Lane to be towards Trinidad if things go south with you. And I will hold Ole Miss fan accountable. You better believe it. So Daniel, you had some thoughts on this. Share with people.
I think the rushing attack is where Ole Miss will struggle if this does go this way. I think Trinidad Chambliss brings a dynamic aspect to the offense that Austin Simmons just won't bring. Now, it's not that Austin Simmons is not athletic. It's not like he can't use his legs. It's not like he can't escape pressure. It's not like he can't move the ball down the field running the ball. But I do think Trinidad Chambliss offers something. The question was, would he be able to move the ball through the air? Would he be able to hit receivers? Would he be able to process the speed of the game coming from such a lower level? Would he be able to handle it, Trinidad? And I think that's why he didn't initially have the starting job over Austin Simmons, who obviously came in backup duty for Jackson Dart, most notably against Georgia, played really well. Austin Simmons did. And so I think had a leg up going through fall camp. And so it's not surprising that he won the starting job. He had experience at a Power 5 SEC level, which Trinidad did not. But there's no one, even in the Ole Miss camp, who would have argued that Austin Simmons is the same caliber athlete as Trinidad Chambliss. He's just simply not. He's not the same caliber athlete. And when you found out that Trinidad did, in fact, have it between the ears to process information and to make the right reads and to make the right throws and to run Lane Kiffin's offense. When you found out he did have that, it was all of a sudden like, oh, well, why would we not play the guy who can do everything Austin Simmons can do? And he can bring this other dynamic aspect to our team. I don't know that I would call it 7 to 10 points, Clint, but I certainly would say it's in the 5 to 6 point range of a drop off. It's a possession. It's a possession. Yeah. If it's a tight ball game, it could easily be the difference between a win and a loss, having Trinidad Chambliss on the field and having Austin Simmons. Not to mention continuity with receivers. Not to mention the fact that, I mean, Clint, if this were to happen, and I'm going to ask you in a second if it is going to happen. If this were to happen, we're like 5 days from the game.
Guys, right now today, there's zero clarity on it for a team with a kid who's trying to figure out how to make the most NIL and get himself.
There's a game this weekend that they have to play in. So
you're planning a meal in 2 days that will be as nutritious, that will be the fuel to which prepares you for the game on Saturday.
So,
and you don't know who your starting quarterback is.
This would be a horrifying turn of events
for
Ole Miss. I'll say it that way. If I'm an Ole Miss fan, I have just experienced the most historically successful season in the history of the institution.
Literally.
11-1. Didn't even get invited to participate in the SEC championship game. That is literally the best the school has ever done in the history of their program, which just allow that to wash over you for a second. You have it really good if you're a Georgia fan, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Good.
You should be grateful for everything that you. And now this offseason has done nothing but kick you in the nuts repeatedly over and over and over again as you watch your head coach, first of all, dangle his persona out in front of everyone and just absolutely fill up the college football tabloids with headlines about himself to generate a buzz in his brand and use it to get a better job and lead you.
Oh, no.
You've had to watch that. But now, before your school's first ever college football playoff game, less than a week out, your starting quarterback is coming out here making comments like, yeah, future's up in the air, just trying to figure out what's best for me right now. No, we're trying to figure out how to put up 500 yards against Tulane. That's what we should be trying to figure out.
Yep.
That ain't what he's trying to figure out, friends. He's thinking about other things.
So let me just ask you this, Daniel. How much of college football, and we know this definitively from watching this defense and watching Stetson Bennett, what percentage would you put on the mental and emotional stability of young men to perform at the highest levels when they need to?
Watch a bowl game for me this week. Just do it. Watch do me a favor and watch the Salute to the Troops Bowl, which as much as I'm in favor of the troops, and let it be known I am, this podcast's official position is that we are in favor of the troops. You can't put a salute to a troop in a bowl. And so I'm not in, I don't care for it. I'll tell you that much right now.
It's very simple.
Watch some of these bowl games and tell me, is it the better team who had the better season who's winning the game?
Oh,
no, it's whichever team actually gives a crap.
Wants it.
Whichever team actually gives a crap is the one that's going to win these games. Now, you think in the college football playoff, all parties involved would give a crap.
I'm here to tell you.
And yet, here we are sitting here talking about the starting quarterback for a team who is weighing his options for next year instead of preparing for the game.
So even if he does stay,
that's what I'm saying.
He's not engaged the way that you want him to be. Ole Miss fans, let me just encourage you. We had a quarterback who was not engaged last year.
Yes.
Just putting it mildly.
Yeah, his attention was elsewhere.
And we suffered greatly.
Mightily.
The whole team. Again, Kirby Smart hated last year.
Yep.
Had him making business decisions and thoughts and conversations. I'm going to tell just here's where I'm going, and here's what's wild to me about Ole Miss. And here's why when old reporter came at Lane and said what he said on the going to the tunnel, I said, bad look for you guys. Everybody's like, oh no, you have to make fun of Lane and mock him on the way out. No. Okay. Well, now keep the same energy with Trinidad Chambliss. Now, do you not think that a young man who's trying to make a decision what's best for him looks at how the people in the building handled Lane Kiffin? And he doesn't put two and two together, says, if I don't do what they want, they're going to turn on me the same exact way.
Whoops.
How about Pete Golding's words today? Elite players want to go to the NFL to get that payday. Well, they've already got it now. They got nice cars, nice condos. Does a guy love football, or does he wonder what football can do for him? We want a group of guys that love football. Right after Trinidad Chambliss comes out with this news, Pete Golding says this. What I'm trying to tell you is,
see, it's one thing in the offseason when you're recruiting to say we want guys that love football.
Sure.
But when you're implying that the people in your locker room, nay, the leaders in your locker room, don't love football,
Kirby Smart
ain't a great look.
Kirby Smart will say, we have guys that love football. We have a team.
We didn't last year, but we do now.
We do now. He didn't say it last year, and he didn't say I want guys that like football last year. He just didn't comment on it because he knew this year. He said, no, I got a team of dogs out here. When you have to make that statement, when you're picking sides already, when you're a divisive program already.
I mean, we're 5 days from this game, Clint.
If
you didn't lock in your 17.5 already,
that's on you.
Hit pause and go check and see if it's still out there.
Because we locked it up.
Yeah. We're gonna get to who we think is gonna win this game, how we think the game's gonna play out.
We haven't given the people what we think he's gonna do. Daniel, do you think?
Yeah, I think he's gonna play. I think he's gonna play in this game. I think he's gonna play. I think he'll play 2 more games for Ole Miss. I think he will play in this game, and I think Ole Miss will win. And I think he will play against Georgia, and I think Ole Miss will lose, and then he will transfer to LSU.
I think he stays as well. I think he plays. Stays for the 2 games. And
he ain't staying past that. He ain't staying at Ole Miss. Neither's Austin Simmons, by the way. Neither's anybody.
Neither is your roster you purchased.
They go.
Because Daniel and I will be coming for every Ole Miss idiot that cited Lane quit on the team, and you need to treat them like dirt. And I will say, how's that working for you? You could have shut your mouth and not given him an ultimatum and rode this thing out for as long as possible and then watched him leave. That's what you could have done.
Yeah.
You didn't.
No.
And now
what
there's
happened?
Unintended consequences for stupidity. I think this is the
this must be the first time. This must be the first time in the history of the world there's ever been unintended consequences for stupidity, Clint. This is new? Is this new?
I think this is what they call lying in the bed that you made.
I see.
We're going to come back after this. We got something slice of goodness coming your way in the third segment. Stick around. But first, these. And these are, in fact, Game Time, Daniel. Game Time is fantastic. Yes, you love them. I love them. We all love them. Why do we love them? Because they get you into the action when you need to the most. Game Time app is clutch, giving fans real advantage when it comes to snagging seats. You track prices, where they drop, where they come, and get alerts right in the palm of your hand. You have the control around it. World Cup's coming around. Get in on that action. Also, if you're looking for tickets, maybe say in Glendale, Arizona, because you're already looking ahead, or maybe elsewhere. Maybe you're looking at 2026 and you're looking at a date in November. That's really important for some. Pull up the app. Makes it super simple to scroll through the matchups. And prices include fees up front, which we love. No last-second surprises at checkout. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONCollege, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, download the app, make an account, use promo code LOCKEDONCollege, $20 off Game Time.
Clint, a specific slice of goodness, you say, is what we've got for the people. What if I were to tell you?
Is this story time?
Here's a storyline. You just tell me if it's real or it's fake.
Okay.
Your University of Georgia men's basketball team, under the direction of Michael White.
Say it again.
They are now ranked in the college basketball AP top 25. They are a top 25 basketball team, now sitting at 9-1 on the young season. They have consistently the number one scoring offense in college basketball, averaging just under 97 points per game.
I'm sorry.
yeah, those are real numbers we're talking about here. Yeah.
I'm sorry. He said 98 points scoring in a basketball game. Just
That's
so we
the average. That's the average, Clint.
Let me just put this in perspective.
Yeah, please.
Daniel. I'm going to list other teams that are notably behind because, again, when you are first, everyone's behind you. But I'm just going to list the atmosphere that we're in. Michigan, 6th at 94. Louisville, 94.
Go ahead.
Alabama, 93. Gonzaga, 91. Texas A&M, 92. Oklahoma State, 89. Arizona, 89. I can keep going. Baylor, 88.
Yeah.
We are in upper echelon territory of scoring offenses in the nation.
Yeah. Can I go on? May I continue?
You may. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Georgia's 17th in the net, Clint. The net is a ranking A. This is the most important thing about the net. Are you ready?
I am.
It is used by the NCAA College Basketball Selection Committee. Now, I know this is going to be foreign to a lot of our listeners out there, but there is a selection committee that actually tells you how they make their decisions, so that in the end of the day, when they announce their field for the tournament, there's no weird, stupid surprises. They just tell you how they're going to decide based on these teams. The quad win system and the net rankings are two major factors in that. So Georgia, the 17th team, number 17 ranked in the net. Can I tell you some teams that are below them?
Yeah, I hope you do.
The John Calipari-led Arkansas Razorbacks are below them. The North Carolina Tar Heels are below them. The defending national champion basketball school, Florida Gators, are below the Georgia Bulldogs. St. John's is below them. Indiana is below them. Kentucky is 10 spots below Georgia in the net rankings. Kentucky, who has the highest payroll in college basketball this year. A roster that they spent more money on than any college basketball school has ever spent money on a roster. That team is 10 full spots below Georgia in the net rankings. Auburn is below them. Tennessee is below them. They are 17th in the country. The two teams directly above them, Clint. Can I tell you who they are?
I would love to know.
These are the teams that your team, Georgia fans, is keeping close company with. They are Kansas and Houston. Those are the 15th and 16th ranked teams in the net, Clint. Kansas and Houston. You don't have to know much about college basketball to know that Kansas and Houston are two of the premier programs in all of college basketball. That's who Georgia is right now, Clint.
What if I was to tell you that not only are they incredibly talented scoring the basketball, what if I was to also tell you the efficiency of the defense, and I'm not making this up, is improved from last year?
Yeah, so a better defensive team. Did we have any lottery picks on the interior who were elite defensive players on last year's team who are no longer there? Like Asa Newell. Oh, yeah, we did. Asa Newell. We did. We lost him. And you're telling me that this team has improved. Well, that's weird because our point guard is shorter this year.
Yeah, which much to do about that. Lots to do.
Big deal. Big storyline.
The teams that we are in the same category of defensive efficiency is, again, Michigan. Gonzaga's right ahead of us.
Michigan's the best team in the country, by the way.
I'm sorry.
So Michigan's the number one team in the country.
We're scoring more than the best team in the nation. We have similar defensive efficiency as the best team in the nation. And we have Mike White, who is putting together this squad, who I would go ahead and tell you right now, he is ascending the coaching rankings. And he is one of the better coaches in the nation. Again, Florida, you had a championship. I'm happy for you. We're fine.
We're fine.
I'm happy. And
I'm happy for us.
I'm thrilled for us.
Very happy for us.
And this team, Daniel, you look at the team, all those points got to go somewhere. And so you would imagine that probably only like one or two guys is really at the top of the average points per game.
Is that how it works? Well, if you could just shut down this one guy, then you'll probably eliminate Georgia. They'll probably have no chance. Is that right?
I just encourage you to pick up any box score from any game.
Any game.
Look down the minutes, look down the points that you score, just double digits, just all the way down until you get to like 8 or 9 deep. And then you start seeing, okay, yeah, sure. These guys aren't playing enough minutes to go ahead and get the points. We can get a bucket anywhere. The threes are starting to roll. Early frustration from 3-point range, not hitting. They coming. It's raining down.
Let me jump off that for a second, Clint. Georgia's coming off a game in a neutral site against Cincinnati where they shot 19% from 3, 4 of 21 from 3. Clint, they shot 19% from 3. They won the game 84-65, a 20-point margin of victory against a power conference opponent in a neutral site, shooting 19% from 3. Georgia shot 19% from 3, Clint, and they shot 50% from the field. They were 26 of 39 from 2. Do you understand how elite this team is at scoring the basketball? We're talking about 17 missed threes in a game. And you still shoot 50% from the field in the game because Georgia gets so many layups, so many dunks, so many points off turnovers from the defense that you were just speaking of earlier. They get so many easy baskets.
Yes.
That Yeah, you catch them on a day when they're off shooting, and you
Sure.
might have a chance because they only scored 84.
Okay.
Well, the problem is they still beat you by 20 because they held you to 65, but at least you had a chance.
You had a shot. It was cute.
But don't let
cute.
don't let some threes start falling for this team, Clint.
Again,
Because
talk to any coach, you start hitting your shot. It's called the hot hand. You just start feeding them. Why? Because we started getting confidence in threes. A couple guys start making some buckets in a hurry.
Yeah.
It's over. Like it's over before you hit the court on some of these games, some of these matchups. We're going dancing come March. Like just, again, lock that up.
Yeah.
Get it going now.
Yeah.
We're going dancing. And it's not going to be, before we were thrilled with Ant-Man, with Asa, we're saying, okay, let's get in and maybe let's surprise somebody, or let's just have a good showing round one, a couple more weeks of practice. Okay, this is very good for the program building. Programs building, true. The arrow's pointed up, true.
Yeah.
But now we're here to make some damage in the March Madness. That's what we're here to do. And it's thrilling to watch. Truly and utterly thrilling to watch.
Just one more. Okay.
By the way, guys, I won't stop him till he's done talking. Okay.
Georgia is first in the country in scoring. Georgia is first in the country in scoring margin, defeating opponents by 28 points per game. Per game. No, wait. So far this season, both of those things are true. Georgia ranks 293rd in the country in 3-point field goal percentage. 293rd. Georgia is one of the worst shooting teams in college basketball from three, period. They're the number one scoring offense and the number one scoring margin team in all of college basketball. So you hit a few more shots, and all of a sudden, the SEC's loaded with talent.
I get it. I understand.
Georgia's one of those teams that's loaded with talent in the SEC.
The change that's happened from last year to this year. We were knocking on the door.
Yeah,
Mike White gone done get an axe.
No, yeah. He's got his face fully through the door.
5% of the listeners understand anything that you're saying at this point.
Doesn't matter. 5% of the listeners is more than understood what I meant when I said 3-point field goal percentage. So, that's, to be fair, we lost everyone 3 seconds into this third segment.
That's true.
All right, we'll be back later this week. We're going to talk about this Tulane Ole Miss matchup. We're going to give you some bowl game locks. We got a locks episode coming. We got lots more that we're going to discuss, and we'll see you guys then.
See ya.